What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Rad Up All Night. It is late. It is a Tuesday night. And I just want to pop on here and see who is around, who is in the house. Come say what's up, especially if you're new to checking this show out, checking this channel out. Come say what is up and let's have a little discussion tonight. You can ask me some stuff, guys, and I'll be as honest as I can with you guys about whatever it is you want to know. It could be anything. It could be movie related, YouTube, physical media, whatever. I'll do my best to answer you guys, have a little bit of a conversation. I do have some new stuff here that I've got in that I can showcase. Some stuff. Let me even see. There's only a little bit that I've actually got to dive into. But I'll definitely showcase some of the stuff that's come in recently. And then I have a little bit of a story to tell about a not a new, but kind of like a hidden discovery when it comes to physical media and my area. I actually was kind of tipped off about this place within my state that I ended up going on a little road trip a couple days ago and checked out for the first time. And I want to tell you a little story about that place, which is pretty cool. So before we start, let me see who is in the house now, and we'll get this thing rocking and rolling. Let's see what we got here. B-Maga, dude. What's up, man? Thanks for being here. Ken Carlson is here. Ken Carlson says, got my Re-Animator 4K deluxe set. Contender release of the year. And B-Maga says, awesome, I hear that. I wish I had ordered the bobblehead. Yeah, I hear that the bobblehead now is kind of stuck if you order that big deluxe pack because of issues overseas, and it's probably not going to come on time. Well, it's already not on time, but the upside is that you guys still have access to get that signed poster, which I thought was the coolest part of that whole bundle, is getting that signed poster. So you guys still have an opportunity for that. I actually did get mine, my Re-Animator set late yesterday. So here we go. Now it's a big dude. Look at that. It's a thick boy. Very, very well done here by Ignite Films. I haven't even had a chance to dig into this yet. But I'm hearing great things. I've seen some screen captures that look really nice. So, that was my biggest concern with this is Re-Animator is the type of movie where I think it would really benefit from 4K because of all the bright colors and stuff. But then I'm like, man, the Arrow Blu-ray is so nice. Like, how much better can it be? And, some people might look at it and be like, oh, I don't know if it looks better or whatever, but it pops a little bit more. But what I like about it is it does look different, right? So having both editions isn't necessarily a bad thing because it is pretty significant difference as far as the screenshots that I saw. As far as me watching this and checking out myself, I haven't, but I am going to because I've got to do a full review on this. I've got to do a full showcase on this. And because I feel like I just got mine in and I haven't even had a chance to look into it yet, I want to do a special show for this release. So I have some ideas in mind. One of them is going to be talking about all the cool Re-Animator sets that we have gotten on disc, stemming from DVD to Blu-ray to 4K, because I have so many of them. So I can definitely go through each one, kind of compare them all as far as obviously not the way it looks, because obviously it gets better with time, but as far as the presentation, because Re-Animator always has had a really nice presentation about their releases. It's one of the movies that you can say, man, every release almost was like a real gnarly release. But I'm thinking of other cool ideas. I have some other things kind of in the works to give you guys some cool content when it comes to this release, because honestly, Re-Animator is literally like probably one of my top 10 favorite horror movies of all time. And I've talked about this before. When I got into horror from my uncle, he put a few movies on like a big pedestal for me. So at a young age, I always look at these couple movies as like the top of the top, the big dogs in horror. And it was things like Hills Have Eyes and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Dawn of the Dead, Phantasm, and Re-Animator was another one. So to me, Re-Animator was always a favorite because it was a favorite of my uncle's, and it was, really hyped up and talked up for all these years for me. And it's a real cool ass movie. So definitely going to do a bigger video on this release, but I agree. I'm hearing great things about this release. Antonis, what's going on? Gora Taiga, what's up, man? When does the Stuff 4K come out? I don't know. Maybe June, I think. Oh, end of July. Wow, they're really pumping stuff out early. Um, what up, Foz, man? The Owl Rat is upon us. Thanks, dude. I'm loving the new picture. Go check out Foz Rotten. Punisher Batman fan in the house. Don Morton is here. What's going on? Pre-order Better Off Dead 4K. Can't wait. Naturally, Paramount doesn't use the class Struzen art. Better Off Dead's a great movie. Will I upgrade it? I don't think so, but it is a favorite of mine. I'm a big Diane Franklin fan. Q, what's up, man? Go check out Q, the movie collector, man. Thanks for being in here. Appreciate that, dude. Go check him out. He's always pumping out some good content over on the IG and on the Tubeski. What's up, Liana? I had just had a 2 cores reel in the feed and wondered, is this get wow, that is magic. Look at that. Boom, turned it on live. So thanks for being here. Just heard the song Billy Idol, Still Dancing, and it rules so hard. Have you heard it? Not the new one, no, but I do have tickets to go see Billy Idol in this summer, so I'm sure I will hear it. What up, Fauci Cinema? Go check out the Foch Man over on Fauci Cinema, 1/4 of the Radsman. What's up, dude? Thanks for being here. Hara Orman, good evening to you, my friend. How are you? Greg Bauer in the house. What's going on? The Ring is here. What is going on, man? Summertime Blues is here. Did I get career opportunities from Kino? No, I did not. I have career opportunities Blu-ray from Kino, so I wasn't going to upgrade that one. I love it, but it was too similar to what I already had. Oh man, noise loop sick, dude. Feel better, man. But I'm hoping that I can make you feel pretty good for the next hour. So hang in with me. Austin is here. What's up, man? Will I be seeing Clown in the Cornfield this weekend? I don't think so. I want to see it. It's just that my weekend is already pretty packed up. Night 90, good to see you. I love that you're doing I'm always doing late night streams. It's the only time I really have to do streams. So if you're gonna catch me live, it's usually late. And Tuesdays is one that I can do it because Wednesdays I don't have to work until later. So I can do it on Tuesday nights, but the only bad thing is Tuesdays is the one day out of the week that I have to be up at like 3:30 in the morning. So it's always a long day by the time I get here. But like I told you guys before, I love doing these solo shows. I love interacting with you guys. I think it helps with, just keeping this feeling more like a big family. It helps me communicate with the people that I can't on a regular basis through things like comments and stuff like that. To get to know me a little bit more than just outside the videos. I really like to get these done, so I try to at least do one of these a week to keep that contact with you guys as best as I can. And you do give me a second win for sure. It is a chunky box, man. It's bigger than the Arrow one for sure. John Doe Juggalo, what's up, man? Just because the new OLED Atmos is winning out so far. Interesting. I'll be honest, dude. I'm not a huge, I don't mess with my stuff really that much. It's just, it is what it is. And I could tweak my TVs. I could change the audios. I could do this, that, this. I just put it in and watch it. I'm not, if you want to talk about all that stuff, I'm not really the guy to do it. What up, Charlie? Charlie bit me. I'm looking forward to getting the Vinegar Syndrome release of Dirty Work. Yes, man. I love Dirty Work. I always have. I saw it in the theaters when it first came out. I had it on DVD, have it on Blu-ray, had it on VHS, man. It's like one of my all-time favorite comedies. So when I saw this was released, and especially in that kind of new edition where we're getting some different cuts, I am super excited for that. What up, Burke? Burkman is in the house. My man Ela. What's up? Conan O'Brien is here, man. Thanks for being here, dude. I enjoy your show, man. Thank you so much. Let me see. Sorry, guys. I've got a lot of people coming through. Acres of Movies. Go check out Acres of Movies. Do you have a favorite Harvey Keitel performance? I always was. Reservoir Dogs is always going to have a special place in my heart. So, I don't know if that's the answer that everybody says, or probably not. But for me, always a big fan. Tribe, what's up, man? C3P, bro. What's up, Tribe? Go check out Tribe Called Fresh over on the IG. Good dude. He's got a killer collection, man. Magic Hands. Oh, it's magic. Roland's in the house. What's going on, man? Thanks for being here, dude. Beauregard is here. What's up? Thanks, man. B-Max, the Re-Animator is cool. Killed Bride of Re-Animator is also amazing. In my opinion, Bride isn't bad, but not Beyond. Yeah, yeah. Bride and the original are definitely kind of miles ahead of Beyond. But I wouldn't mind seeing no, Beyond has the Vestron release. Okay. I'm sure Bride is on its way on a 4K. I do really like the Blu-ray, but I'm sure it's probably on its way. Perry fan just got home from work today. Was rough. Well, man, I hope I can help that out by you hanging with me tonight. Thank you. Um, Bonds? No, I have not. I don't watch a lot of TV, so therefore I had not seen that. I don't see a lot of shows. What up, Dallas? How are you, man? Invader from Television, Doppelganger. Doppelganger, did they announce that today? Is that the one with Drew Barrymore? If that is, I'm all over it. I've been wanting that movie for a long ass time. Is that the one or is it a different one? Corporal Hicks, what's up, man? I love Corporal Hicks. Oh, what's my favorite format? DVD, Blu-ray, 4K. Depends. I don't really know. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm loving going back and collecting DVDs right now. Um, I like new editions that come out. I mean, it's tough. I don't know if I have a favorite. It depends on what it is. Like, would I rather watch stuff in DVD quality or 4K quality? Probably 4K quality. But from a collecting standpoint, I'm really liking going back in time and buying holy grails of stuff when I was really heavy into collecting in my 20s that I just wasn't able to acquire. So that's been a lot of fun. And there's so many re-releases now, I'll be honest. Like, I'm being very picky with what I'm upgrading now. So if I have a Blu-ray of something, like for instance, I have the Blu-ray for Long Kiss Goodnight, and it's just a studio release, but I don't need the 4K of that movie. So therefore, there's a lot of stuff I'm not upgrading. Same with, like I said, career opportunities. I have a Kino Lorber Blu-ray that I only got a couple years ago. So for me to upgrade the 4K, which is pretty much the exact same release I have, except upgraded in transfer quality, I'm not really going to upgrade. I just don't see the point for me to do that at this stage of the game of my collecting. Re-Animator, that's different, right? Certain movies are going to take precedence over others. Um, Non-horror related, but hearing the Dirty Harry 4K. Oh, sorry. I don't know. I don't. I mean, I have Dirty Harry right there, but it's not one that I need to upgrade either. So, I don't know. I haven't looked at anybody's stuff about that. Interesting. What's up, GFam? What's up, y'all? Have I ever been in a movie? I have actually. I was in a movie called. Holy Jesus! What is it called? Hold on a second. I just don't remember the title of it. I was in a movie called Bleed for This with Miles Teller. It was just a background role, so I didn't do anything. But one of the boxing matches, when they go outside the ring and you see the front row, you see me like in the front row, like cheering. Um, and we had to dress 80s because it took place in the 80s. So I had like a black sweater with like white speckles with like a white members only jacket on. So yeah, so I was in a movie. Now, will I be in other movies? It's a possibility. There's been a lot of changes in my life over the last couple months. When it comes to things like work, I really had to kind of dive in and create my own full-time business. So with that being said, as much as it's a lot of work, and then doing things like this, which is also considered work now for me, it does open up a lot more flexibility in certain areas. So for instance, my sister-in-law, she's a makeup artist on movies. So there's been plenty of times that she's wanted me to be in specific movies. They're looking for extras or a small part or a one-line part. And, there was one movie that she did where I was going to be working in this fitness scene with Heather Graham. And this is only going back like a year ago, but the way my work was and the way my work works, like it's really hard for me, or it was especially at that point, to take time off. So I couldn't agree to these because sometimes it was like all day scenes, like, get there at, sometimes it was like get there at midnight and work until 4 a.m., right? Like sometimes it was we start at 8 and we're done at 8 p.m., right? So there was a lot of times that I couldn't accept those opportunities because I just couldn't afford to do it with me being needed at my current job. Now, it's not a big drastic change with what I do for work in comparison, but I do have a lot more flexibility with my own schedule and my own time. Where if I wanted to take opportunities like that, then I have a little bit more freedom to do so. So, short answer, yes. But there's been opportunities when I could have been in more, couldn't. Possibilities of me doing more down the road. Of course, it just needs to be right place, right time, I guess. Do I have the Brood 4K? Well, that's funny because I'm gonna showcase some things I got. So, for instance, I got the Re-Animator. I did get the Brood 4K from Second Sight. I haven't even opened it yet. Look, it's sitting here as stuff I bought. I love the Brood. I really, really like this movie. I have the Criterion, and I was really on the fence about upgrading to this. And I do love it, but I was like, I have the Criterion. They would do such a good job. Like, I don't know if I really need to spend the extra $50 or whatever this was. And I did get a little bit of FOMO, and I've talked about this before. As much as I say, like, I don't upgrade everything anymore. That I don't need to. And some people might look at that as crazy, like, oh, you didn't get this. No, I don't care. But there are certain things that I care about that other people might not give a shit about. So for instance, I've said this, like an aesthetic collector. Like when you look around my place, it's like everything has its place, everything makes sense. Everything looks nice on the shelf, everything looks clean, everything looks slick. Like I have a specific look that I'm going for, and how I categorize movies by label and stuff like that. So one of the big things was I'm a big Cronenberg fan. And Cronenberg's been coming out with a lot of titles through Second Sight. So with that being said, I was like, you know what? I'm going to upgrade because, I'm starting to get all the Cronenberg stuff on Second Sight. Maybe I can just keep doing it and get all his stuff kind of together on a shelf and all in a similar box set kind of thing. So that's the big reason I did it. Was I just said, you know what, I'll just do it. I'll get it. And I also snagged scanners as well. So again, I do have scanners on Criterion, and I ended up going for these two because again, if I can get all the Cronenbergs on Second Sight, that'll be cool. Even though Criterion does have a lot of Cronenberg stuff. Now, if anybody did not get these and they like the movies, I mean, I'm willing to part ways or sell my Criterion stuff. If anybody, wants to, just reach out to me on IG and we can come up with a deal. I'm probably willing to do that. I just got to look and make sure, there's not a big difference as far as features that I'm getting here and not there or vice versa. But yeah, I ended up grabbing that. BorgOut, I should be a horror host. I mean, to be honest, like I said this once before. I was on a show, Deandra, who doesn't do YouTube too much anymore. She went by Sassy Sledgehammer, and I've known her for a long time. But we kind of connected more through YouTube. I knew her through like Facebook groups and stuff for a long time in the horror community. And I was on her show and she interviewed me about a bunch of stuff and asked me like specific questions, and something like that came up. And, if I look at what I do here and say, what would be the next level? Like, what do you want to do? Like, I don't really want to be a professional reviewer. Like, it's not really, there's better people for that, right? Like, I like to showcase movies and review movies and tell you what I think. I don't need to be the guy that's going to review the new movies in the theater, and really dive deep into the specs on all this stuff. Like, I'm just not that guy. But, if a host of a show was an opportunity that had to do with movies or horror or something like that, like, yeah, that would be something up my alley, right? If, any kind of host gig or something like that feels more up my alley than this stuff. Now, will that ever happen? I don't know. Again, it has to just do with opportunities that come across my desk. And if it's something I think I can maintain with my current situation. But yeah, I would like that. I don't really get nervous in front of the cameras or anything like that. I feel like once the camera's on, I can turn it on pretty easy. Like I said, I've been up since 3:30, and as soon as I hit this light, it's like I got that second wind. to chat with you guys. So yeah, I think that would be something cool that I would love to do. Um, Mike, thanks, man, dude. A little five ski. Appreciate that, my dude. Let me give you something for that, man. Thanks for being here. Thanks for doing that. What we gonna do here? How about this one? Uh, oh, my boy Justy with the super. Thank you, Mike. You just made me laugh. Um, oh my god. What's up, Mike? How are you, man? Thanks for being here, dude. We're getting Running Man this year. Getting Running Man. Is that coming out? I missed it. Ooh, 80s spring break movie, man. Let's see. I don't know if this spring break movie. I really do like you know I don't know if this is a spring break movie, but there's a movie that I feel like nobody talks about. And I've actually been doing, if you guys haven't been following me on Instagram and on YouTube, I've been doing shorts and reels all month. And I held myself to a challenge that every day I was going to post a reel and a short um talking about a movie that maybe is overlooked. That's something I do on this channel a lot, and I really love doing stuff like that, helping people discover movies that maybe they haven't seen before, that maybe I like, that just don't really get talked about much. I love doing list videos like that, but for the month of May, I called it movies you may have missed. It was kind of a challenge to myself uh, to try to put out some kind of daily content, video content, because it's very hard for me to do long form videos daily. I just can't. I just don't have the time and to edit and all that other stuff. Going live is easy, but to have a good edited quality video, it's not easy for me to do it daily. So I thought, I'm going to do this little challenge for myself, just to keep myself accountable. And there is one movie that I could talk about, but I don't really have it on a nice physical media copy. I have it on like a multi-pack or something like that. But it's a movie called Hunk, and no one ever talks about it. And it's basically the dude who was in, I think it was this dude. I think it was the dude in, he was in Friday the 13th. He was in Just One of the Guys. He's like the skinny, nerdy guy that always has like the reptiles and stuff. I think he's the guy. Maybe not, actually. Maybe it's not him. I could be wrong. But basically, the movie's about a nerd that ends up taking some kind of like potion or something like that and turns into like this hunky guy. And I don't remember the name of the guy who plays the hunky guy, but the name of the guy in the movie is called Hunk Golden. And it's a real cool like 80s sex comedy, I guess, that is like MIA. Like I don't ever hear anybody talking about it. I don't think it even has any kind of physical media edition. I have it on DVD, like a multi-pack DVD. I don't even know if it has a DVD. But I always thought that was a cool ass movie. And I think it does take place around spring break. I also like a movie called Fraternity Vacation with Stephen Jeffries. I like that movie a lot. So yeah, there's just two off the top of my head that maybe not many people talk about, but doing that series that I'm doing this month, I'll probably two that I might want to bring up later down the road. But I don't know. Let me know if you guys ever heard of a movie called Hunk. Let me see. Also says I have the Bride Arrow LE. It's a limited edition. It's amazing. One of my first was, yeah, that's a great edition. And what's nice about it is it looked really cool on the shelf next to a Re-Animator. Like it was cool that they went in sync with each other pretty well. Harvey Keitel and Sister Act. I totally forgot about that. That is funny. Wow, I'm way behind. Dallas Jones, did I pre-order Arbor Day? I did. I pre-ordered Arbor Day for sure. I'm a huge slasher mark. I love lost slasher movies, and I'm not big on shot on video stuff. And I looked at the trailer and it didn't look like that. Like usually they'll put on a lot like video violence and all that stuff, like Wood Chipper Massacre. Like I've got all that on DVD, but it's not my favorite kind of horror movie. But this Arbor Day looked good. It looked like an actual '80s slasher, like a lost camp slasher that I had missed, and I definitely picked that up. Lethal Weapon 4K, I would get a box set of the Lethal Weapons on 4K. I only have a box set on DVD of those movies. I don't think I would get just one. I think I would have to just get them all together in some kind of pack or something like that. I didn't get Time Cop, but you know what's funny is on the last show, I was mentioning Time Cop that I wasn't going to get it because I was like, oh, I have Time Cop on Blu ray from Screen Factory. I'm not going to upgrade it. Well, then someone messaged me in the comments and said, no, it doesn't have, there's no Blu ray except for a double pack. I was like, no, really? And I looked at my Screen Factory shelf and I didn't see it. And I was like, I could have sworn I had Time Cop on Blu ray. And I thought it was Screen Factory for sure, but I guess I was wrong. So if I don't own Time Cop except for DVD, then I'll buy the 4K. And I heard that it's not the greatest, but if it's all they have, I mean, I probably will eventually get it because I don't own it any other way except I'm looking at the DVD right there, but I swore I had it on Blu-ray, but I was wrong. Mick Harris is my Star Wars fan. I am. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge Star Wars nut, but I mean, I appreciate them. I actually never, the only one I didn't really like Phantom Menace that much, but I didn't mind the other two. I saw all three of those in theaters. Um, and then I thought that Force Awakens was really good. The Jedi one, I kind of felt like it could have been really good, but it lost me a little bit. And I haven't seen the last one yet. So I like Star Wars a lot. I do. The originals and the prequels. The new ones, Force Awakens, I thought was fantastic. I think it started to kind of get a little bad on The Last Jedi, but I haven't seen that last one, which was like, what is it, Skywalker? As far as all the shows and stuff, I haven't seen those. I haven't seen any of the spin-off movies either. Prince, what's up, man? Love the idea of recommending the reels about hidden gems should be a yearly tradition. Maybe it will. I mean, again, I've got thousands and thousands and thousands of movies here. So to do 1 month a year in May, because I called it movies you may have missed as like as its slogan, I could easily do that. And if it takes off, which I think it is doing pretty well right now, and it's only on day 6, it probably will be something I'll do every year for sure. Chris C, the Slasher Nerd, says, good evening. Let's all slash the like button for the Rat King. Thank you, man. Go check out Chris C, the Slasher Nerd on YouTube. And yeah, if you're in here, hit that like button. It definitely helps out the show. Appreciate that. Yeah, I probably will sell the Brood Criterion. Bobby, would I like to see Mel Gibson's Passion of the Christ too? I don't know. Is he doing one? I have no idea. That's a horror movie, right? The first one? Gory, dude. It's like Terrifier. Am I gonna pick up Dark City? I don't know. I have Dark City on Blu-ray. I don't know if I'm gonna upgrade it. Maybe. I'm not sure. Which WWE releases ripped my heart to pieces? For me, it was Cora Jade. I thought Cora Jade had a lot of potential. So I really think that's weird because I'm like, they were like building her to be a huge star. And that was kind of strange for me that they would have got rid of her. Thank you, Summertime. Do I have the Screen Factory Blu-ray of Lord of Illusions? Are you interested in the new 4K? I have Lord of Illusions on Blu-ray, and I probably will just keep that, and I'm not going to get the 4K. Does Naked Lunch have a 4K? I think so. I have the one from Criterion. I think it may have gone a Criterion 4K. I don't know. Criterion's the biggest culprit with this 4K stuff because you can't tell unless you look for like a little sticker or something on these movies because the packaging looks exactly the same. There's been times where I went to that sale and bought something. When I got home, realized it was the Blu-ray, not the 4K. And I was like, damn it. Like, I swore I thought this was the 4K. It's just everything looks so similar. So I don't know for sure, but I kind of feel like it is. What are you going to Running Man remake is what I meant. It's supposed to be. Oh, I did not know that. What up, Motionless Zombie? What are my thoughts on GTA 6 trailer? I don't know. I mean, I'm not much of a gamer anymore. I wouldn't mind trying Grand Theft Auto 6, but I know a lot of people aren't happy. They're still waiting. I mean, but Jesus, like it's only on 6. Like I was playing 4 and that was forever ago. So I'm it's kind of crazy that it's still they're still running on those old models. Like people that are still playing, like what are they playing? 5 still? I loved Vice City growing up. Austin says, "Do you think Scream 7 will beat out Part 5?" I don't know, man. I'm telling you, I have zero interest in 7. I'll see it because it's supposedly the last one, right? I've seen all the Screams in theaters. I might as well see the last one, but I'm not excited for it. What up, Trixie? Oh my god, hi. We're the Boys from '84, a good spring break movie. I remember that one. I think that I saw that on Tubi. I don't think I have that. Where the Boys Are. Oh wait, do I have that one? I might have that. Yeah, I think that I definitely on Tubi. I remember seeing it not too long ago. What up, Craig? Did I order Dance or Die? I have not. Is that a new announcement? I haven't even looked at the trailer or anything for that. Dude, I haven't seen the trailer for No You Did Last Summer, no. I don't know which hot guy from Scream 6. Oh, we're already talking about Hunk. What's up, Cash Martin? Hunk, dude, see? 3 O'Clock High. I love 3 O'Clock High. That's actually on my list of movies to talk about on my movies you may have missed. I have all the Vestrons. Wow, 4 or 5 pre-orders. I did Arbor Day, and I think that's it. One Crazy Summer, very good. Grim Billy, a lot of new people in here, guys. Thanks for guys being here. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Check out the other content. Thank you all for being here. I love seeing new people in the chat. This is awesome. I will buy the 4K of Cobra because I've held off for a long time. I have the first Blu-ray Cobra had. It was a studio release, and I never bought it again from Scream Factory or anything like that. So I will upgrade. It's my top 2 favorite stolen movies. Okay, so you got a Blu-ray, but it's UK. Yeah, I definitely don't have that. The prices are getting insane, and that's another reason why I'm not upgrading everything. It's not worth me spending all that money again. I've got it, and I've got most of these movies on DVD and Blu-ray already. So 9 times out of 10, I won't upgrade unless there's a good reason to. 100%. I love slashes. Wow, imagine that collecting movies. You felt like you were like underground, one of the only one of your friends group doing this kind of stuff, and now it feels like a rich person hobby. That's cool. I know, dude. $50 for dirty work. It is crazy, dude. It is crazy. And like I said, that's one of the reasons I'm being a little more picky. Woo! What's my favorite George Romero movie? Well, I can get one of 2 things. I can give you the easy answer, or I could tell you, why don't you go back after the show and watch my George Romero ranking video, because I did a full ranking of all of his movies. I'm going to leave it at that. Go check that out. Perry fan just did a 20-mile walk with the Husky, dude. What? 20 miles? That's insane. Crater, go check out Crater Mania over on the YouTube. He's one of the newest members of the WrestleManiac. So if you like talking wrestling, we do some shows now and then, and go check out Crater. He talks wrestling on his channel too. So go check him out. Who would win a fight, CK or Uncle Bill? I would have to say CK. I mean, just due to size alone. But Uncle Bill's scrappy, though. He's scrappy. I don't know. I'm really interested in Ace Ventura. I love Ace Ventura. Will I upgrade it for my Blu-ray? I don't know yet. Cool story. I love hearing stories. There's an old house in the corner down the street, which always was referred to as the haunted house. Tonight is brisk in that house is orange candle lights in the windows. Tonight's like, that's cool, man. Growing up, there was a house like that in my neighborhood as well. And then it was funny because around Halloween, we used to be like, oh my God, let's go to that scary house because, it was always dark. No one ever saw anybody. But we figured, with Halloween, it was one of those things where like you'd go to the neighbor's house, you could always peek in because you're like, I've always seen these houses on the outside, but I'm always curious what they look like on the inside. So I remember as a kid when they'd open that door, I'd always try to get a little peek of like what their house looked like inside. And I can remember that house particularly. I was like, oh my God, we're gonna check out what that place looks like in there. And they never answered the door. Their lights were on, but their curtains were shut, and they never answered their door ever. So that creepy house remained a mystery. So that's cool. May is getting a Vestron. I already pre-ordered it. There's pros and cons with it, guys. Like, I already have May on second sight. I didn't want to buy May again, but a couple things. I talked about this on my last show. My buddy Matt Ryan Tobin did the artwork, so I always want to support him. That's number one. Number two is that Vestron is one of the only labels that I have every single copy of. Slip covers, they're all numbered spines. So there's not many things that I'm really completing anymore as far as lines. So for me, it's like, you know what? I'm not going to stop now. Especially with Vestron, they come out, one every 6 months? I'm like, that's an easy thing to keep up on. As long as they don't change the spines and all that. Like, I like how it looks on the shelf. It looks very aesthetic. And I told you I like that. So I did go and buy May. I'll probably sell my second sight May because I hear it's pretty much the same. And I don't collect all second sight stuff. So for me to lose May is not that big of a deal to me. But I did buy it. But the bad thing is that for these Vestrons, what made them so cool was they were low in price, like $11, $14. You could get them at Walmart. They were easily accessible. Now it seems like the Vestron line is going to be limited to Lionsgate website exclusively, and they're expensive. Like, it cost me like $30 because it was like $24.99 plus shipping. So that's a bummer, man. Like, it really is a bummer. And it sucks that Lionsgate is holding these things hostage on the website. There's pros and cons, right? Lionsgate looks like they're getting harder into physical media with steel books and all these different editions. And it looks like they're giving more shit about physical media, but they know that the market is on collectors. So what they do is they're like, well, we're just going to keep this to the website in a limited quantity, sell them for a little bit of more of expensive price. And the people like the collectors that want them are going to buy them. And that's what's going on. So there's pros and cons, right? They're going hard on physical, but it's going to be costly. So again, I just got to be picky and choosy. I'm not going to get all these steel books they're going to put out. Like, I might get a couple, but I'm not going to get all of them. Whew, which franchise fell off the hardest for me? I say Ghostbusters and Child's Play. I think both of those I would agree with. I would say, yeah, Ghostbusters. Like, I liked Ghostbusters more the first time I watched the new ones, but then going back and watch them on a rewatch, I was like, I'll never watch these again. It just didn't catch me as much as I thought it would. It did at first, like that Egon scene, like I felt like I was going to break down in the theater, and I was like, oh my God, that was amazing. But then I went back and watched it again, and I was like, I was kind of bored with it. And then the same thing with the new one. I was kind of bored with it. I think there's just too many characters now. Like, the story's all over the place. And as far as Chucky, I mean, they're all okay. The one that I don't like is like the last one. I didn't really like that much. I didn't watch the show. I mean, there's a lot of other franchises that have gotten bad. I mean, Scream, I don't care about it, but I never cared about Scream after the first one, really. Like, the second one was pretty cool at the time. I was a teenager, so it was exciting. But now going back, it's like I don't really care about any of them except for the first one. They're not bad. It's just not my cup. Like, I'm over the meta shit. Like, I'm over the let's be smart with the horror movie lingo and the meta aspect of it. Like, I don't care for that. So I guess I can't say Scream because it's not like it hasn't. I don't know. Maybe Scream. Can you count Hellraiser? I mean, after part 3, it totally took like a nosedive. 4 is okay. But there's just so many. I mean, Children of the Corn. Like, I mean, it had one good movie and the rest were just terrible. I mean, it's hard. I'm sure if I really thought about it, I could come up with something. Um, I think if John Hughes was around in 2004, he would have directed The Girl Next Door, but without the 100% could have. Another movie I think he that really feels John Hughes. Um, and it's a modern comp. No, I say it's modern. It's modern to me, but it's probably like friggin' 15 years old now. I'm looking for it right now. Where the heck is it? Should be right there on my comedy shelf. Easy A. Easy A, I really like, and I feel like that felt very John Hughes. I know you're waiting on that. Yeah, I am waiting on that. It's not here yet. I did order that. Could I make a good movie? I don't know. I don't know if I could. I couldn't do it alone, that's for sure. I would have to have a team. I would have to have, I mean, I could give input, but as far as creating a movie, I don't know. I've never really thought about it. Gary, I have so many videos. How do I find that amazing video? I think if you just type on Google, I mean on YouTube, Born2beRad Romero, I think it'll just pop up. Or if you go to my page, it might have a little search thing, maybe. But if you just type on this on the regular search screen, Born2beRad Romero, I think it should come up. What up, Michelle? New England clam chowder. Is that the red or the white? I always get this wrong. White. Love it. Love it. It was it kind of felt like the Clopex, dude. You know what? I didn't see a moving van outside. What do you mean? It was parked outside all day? Burbs is like one of my favorite movies ever. Interesting. I checked out an 80s movie the other day that I hadn't seen called Chances. Chances are with Robert Downey Jr. Have I seen it? No, I don't believe so. Chances are, no, I have not. It was $40? Really? I don't remember that being expensive. Maybe because it was the first one. But remember, like when they got down to like little monsters and stuff, it was mad cheap. What up, Vanderhoff? Thanks for being here, man. Burke Baxter. Is it Billy Baxter? I want the Shining Phil. I know, man. I agree. Those were cool. I actually have the Film Vault edition of Jaws, and it literally, I haven't even opened it. It's up on this shelf. And I was like, oh, cool. These cool. But I have Jaws. And then after I wanted it for the poster. So, I mean, I have this big edition over here, but I just really wanted the poster. And even The Shining, like I wanted the posters, but you couldn't get them separately. So I was at a crossroads. I almost bought it, but I was like, I don't need all this stuff. I just wanted the poster. 100%. 100%. Everybody collects different, man. I will buy a movie to keep the line going if I'm collecting the line. 100% I will. Not everybody's going to do that, but I'm also not going to upgrade all my shit that other people are going to upgrade. So everybody's got their rules, man, and that's what kind of makes this all work. There's no real right and wrong answer. There's preferences. Just like you might not have a preference to keep a line going, but you know, I'm not going to upgrade certain things. So it kind of is what it is. Am I growing a mustache? No, I mean, I have a little stubble going on all over the place. No mustache here, broski. Let me see. What up, T? Hope you're doing good too. Tiana Loves Movies. Go check out Tiana Loves Movies. Thanks for being here, kid. What up, Robert? The spinner racks I got on Amazon, but not too long ago, Christian messaged me and asked me where I got my spinner rack, and I told him Amazon, and I think they've gone up in price since I bought mine. They're kind of expensive now. I mean, mine was expensive, but I think they've even gone up since then. But they are cool. They do hold a lot. I've only got one. I don't think I'll ever get more just because of the way my room is designed, but they do a good job. They hold all my Scream Factory stuff. I still have some extra shelves. I've got my Vestrons on there. So they hold quite a bit. Name a franchise that didn't jump the shark. Uh, hmm. Oh, let me think about that. Um, trying to think. I mean, I have a great one, but it's gonna give away a video that's coming out for me. Psycho. I think Psycho is it stopped when it needed to stop, and I think every movie in that franchise is fantastic. Not counting the remake, but other than that, so I do have a video coming out talking about those. Um, but I think that's definitely one. Oh boy, how would I rank these DVD distribution companies? Mill Creek, Echo Bridge, Shriek Show. Shit, man. They're all pretty bad. I'm just looking over here. Shriek Show, like, are they even still around? I used to buy Shriek Show a lot. So if I could put them at number one, I would, just because I've got so much stuff on DVD from Shriek Show when it comes to horror. I don't even know if they're putting out product anymore. And then I guess I'd say Mill Creek and then Echo Bridge afterwards. Yeah, and I got the popcorn bucket for Jaws. Nightmare Films, what's up? Go check out Nightmare Films. Staying up late playing the guitar, see you alive. Thanks, man. Play me a song, will you? Chopping Mall, probably because it was like the first couple, what first one or something. I did not like the Hellraiser remake. No, I did not. I watched it once, and I'll probably never watch it again. Um, you know what? I just bought Shallow Grave, and I have not seen it yet. So I bought that on the last Criterion sale, because it was part of me and Uncle Bill did that series, the top 100 scariest movie moments, and that was on there. So I bought it, and I have not watched it yet. That's what it was, wasn't it? Look at this dude, Lenny Mitch. What's up, baby? Hey, coach, what's your thought on Does her Frankenstein coming out this year? I'm actually kind of excited for it. I'm not the biggest Del Toro fan, but I'm interested to see what he does with it. Do you think you could write? I don't think I could personally. I don't think I could. I have about 30 posters. Want a poster about? Yeah, they are. I want a poster binder for my one sheets, but they're expensive. It's probably like $250 binder. Um, but I have all my stuff like in tubes, and after a while that takes up a lot of space. So I have a 24 by 36 binder for my prints. I've got an 18 by 24 binder for those prints. I've got an 11 by 17 binder. So I do have binders already. But I would like a 27 by 41 binder, and I actually kind of want another 24 by 36 binder, but they're expensive. You're right. I have seen the documentary called Room 237. They definitely seem far fetched. I think a lot of it is far fetched. Yes. Um, the prices suck. Again, I've got to be a little more, mindful. I will buy definitely Dirty Work. Again, this is going back to keep the line going. I said I was going to buy all the VSU titles, so which means I probably have to get um Golden Child, but I have not seen Golden Child in many years. I have it right here on DVD, but I have not seen Golden Child in forever. Like, I can't even tell you much about it, to be honest with you. Um I'm trying to think of what else they announced that was decent. There was another movie that they announced that I was like, that's okay. I'm trying to think what it was though. But I'll definitely get Dirty Work. I'm not rushing to get anything. Dirty Work I'll probably get now. Everything else I'm just gonna hang around and look at the numbers, because the thing with Vinegar Syndrome is they a lot of stuff goes on sale. You just gotta be patient. A lot of people don't want to be patient. They want to get it first and talk about it. There's been plenty of times around Black Friday where I go to the archive and get everything right away, because that's something I can do, and it's a good for content, and it's always a good video for me every year. But at other times during the year, like now, like I don't need to get that right away. I could have went to the archive this weekend and bought all of it, came home and talked about it, but I didn't. You're right. Evil Dead is pretty solid. 100%. I would have to say that too. I have not seen a horror movie called Unwelcome. If I was an actor, would there be anything I wouldn't do? Any genre return? Uh I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess it would have to be like I'd have to be in the moment to decide if I'm going to do something or not. The Shriek Show DVDs look terrible. Yeah, but I mean, at the time, it's all they had, and there's probably a lot of Shriek Show stuff that is not even on Blu-ray or anything yet. Um, dude, I have all the Vestrons. I have everything. True, Wrong Turn did go downhill. I think after 2, it really got kind of bad. Um, but yeah, we just did a watch along for X Files Home, and we were talking about that and said Wrong Turn took a lot from that. We felt. Burke Baxter, when is the next Movie Room tour? I'm going to do it this year, so it'll be this year. Pretty much that room is updated the way I want it. There's been a lot of changes. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see some pictures I posted. There's a whole new area in that room that I made. The spinner shelf wasn't on my last tour. A lot of movies have been moved around. I got some new lighting and stuff. So it's going to come out this year. There'll be another movie room tour for sure. Steve, what's up, man? Yeah, the frames, again, you can get 27 by 40s at Walmart. They're about $20 a piece. But once you go to 27 by 41 frames, I mean, you're paying like $60 a pop. So, that's where it gets kind of shitty too. Efron, what's up, man? What's up? You do think you're going to be the next guest? Who do I think is going to be the next guest for Silver Scream 4? I don't know. So right now they announced the Scream cast is going to be there. I wouldn't mind meeting Rose McGowan. I haven't met her yet. I was just talking shit about Scream, but I mean, I have met most of the Scream cast in the past. I have Scream shit signed. Again, I like the first one. It was huge for me. It was one of the Kickstarters to get me into horror, like as a young kid. But it just didn't stick with me as much as I think it stuck with everybody else. I don't know. Man, I'm trying to think like some big movies that have come out that maybe they can try to capitalize on. I mean, I think David Howard Thornton will probably be there again. They'll probably do some of the Terrifier people again. Maybe Scout will be there again. As far as different people, I don't know. I would love to see like Sam Raimi. I've never met him. Eli Roth was there last year. I'm trying to think. Ty West would be cool. I'd like to see that. But I'm definitely gonna be there, dude. I'm gonna be press at Silver Scream this year. So I will definitely be there. Probably all 3 days. And I'm gonna be press this year, which is huge because that's a big convention for this area. And there's a concert and stuff. So I'll have cool spot for the concert and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to Silver Scream Con. Oh, they're gonna show more today? I had no idea. What's up, Kevin? I don't watch the basketball anymore. I know the Celtics, that's my team, are in the playoffs. They got smoked last night, but I don't follow it too much anymore. Go follow Alpha Romero. Big Romero guy. Like Romero stuff, go follow Alpha. He wrote one feature-length screenplay once, fueled by many late nights of a lot of weed. So I'm really interested in how that came out. Wow, you guys are really firing up. Oh, it was Jade. I'll probably get Jade because I don't have Jade. I don't have that in the collection at all. I haven't seen Cutter's Club with Tony Todd. Did you know the Return of the Living Dead 2 Warner DVD has an alternate score? Yes, I do. I actually I have that DVD right over there. Yes. Are there any Anchor Bay releases that you would like to see get an updated release? Like by Anchor Bay or in general? I mean, there's plenty of Anchor Bay titles that haven't got releases yet. Something like Pin. I have some big Anchor Bay news coming up. So if you guys follow me on Instagram or you subscribe to the channel, I'm going to announce it pretty soon. Good question. I don't know, Crater. It could be, which that's going to hurt the guest list for sure. Because I think Horror Hound, it might be like an anniversary show. So they're going to have a big con. prepared for Rose at cons, usually late, and has a massive line. Wow. Really? I'm trying to think, what would I get Rose McGowan to sign, though? I love that movie she was in. What is it called? Flesh. Something Flesh. It was kind of like a Poison Ivy movie. I love that movie. What's up, Robert? Am I going to go to Connecticut Horror Fest? I've never been to Connecticut Horror Fest, but I will go if Joe Dante is going to be there because I would love to meet Joe Dante. I need Joe Dante on my Gremlins poster or my Burbs poster. Do I invest my money? Like in stocks and stuff? Sure. I don't follow it day in and day out, but they're in there. I invest them in all this shit to sell someday. Devil in the Flesh. Yes. Jawbreaker. That's cool. We invest in slipcovers here. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I saw that they were having a sale. Unfortunately, there's like nothing I need. I need the Godzilla movie, but then I couldn't find anything else I needed. So I was like, shit, like I can't get the deal unless you find 3. Good one. I mean, Terminator, Get Out, Dr. Sleep, those are great. I have them all. Yeah, I have that as well. That's there's a good looking chick in that one too. I'm trying to think who it was. Oh yeah, Planet Terror. I could do a Planet Terror poster. I should do that. I do have a Planet Terror poster signed by Savini, but it's a little poster. It's like an 11 by 17. All right, you guys keep talking. I'm gonna get to some of these releases and then that I got in, and then I will tell a story. All right. Hit that like button, guys. We have over 100 people in here. Thank you for being here. It's very late. I appreciate that. You guys keep me going. I got some stuff from MVD, some comedies. I've never seen Tunnel Vision, which I heard is more like a Saturday Night Live type of skit show. It does say it's got like Chevy Chase and stuff in here. I've never seen this, so it'll be the first time checking it out. And Bikini Car Wash Company is a movie. I saw this back in the day, but I have not seen this in many, many years. It's part 1 and 2. I don't own this in any other format, so pretty cool though. It's like a dirty slipcover. It's really cool. MVD Rewind. These are the 2 new MVD Rewind titles. If anybody's interested and anybody collects this line or anything like that. Let me see. I got this in. This is a full moon movie I've never seen. This is from, I don't know what year this came out. It's called Crash and Burn. I think this is from the 90s, maybe. I've never seen this. So Full Moon sent this over. I have not seen this one. I also got Meridian, which I just watched. I thought it was pretty good. I was expecting more. I thought it was okay. But this is one that people talk about quite a bit. As kind of overlooked. I thought it was all right. I was hoping for something better. I mean, I do like the chick that's in this, of course. From Twin Peaks. Sheldon Finn. I got Hard Eyes, and I wasn't sure what I was going to think about this because I heard a lot of rumblings about like cool killer. It was a rom-com, and they kind of slipped the slasher element in there. You know what? I actually enjoyed Hard Eyes quite a bit. The only thing I didn't like about it was I felt the reveal was kind of shitty. Like it felt too Scream. And that's the part of Scream I hate is I feel like the reveals are always like the biggest letdown ever. And that's kind of what I felt here. It was like a huge, weird letdown. But the rom-com part of it, I actually liked it. I thought it was an interesting story. I actually wish we would have gotten more with those 2 characters and like their relationship and stuff. Like I was actually hoping we had more to focus on and showcase. And the killer was cool. So I actually do recommend Hard Eyes, which I didn't think I was going to because I watched Companion and I didn't like it at all. Like at all. And everybody seemed to like that movie a lot. And I was like, there was nothing about this that screams I would ever watch this again. I felt like it was different, but I've seen it before. There was nothing about it that I cared about. So I thought this one was going to be the same. I actually thought this was good. So I'm happy to have this in the collection. No, I had this red case and I just put it on. The blue case looked weird to me, so I put this on there. I feel like it matches perfect. They should have did this. I don't know what um they were thinking. I mean, this looks awesome. So, if you guys have any red case Blu-rays hanging around, swap them out. Now, here's an interesting one. Okay, here's a funny story. So, if you guys don't know, I'm a huge Scout Taylor Compton mark. Like, I'll buy anything that she's in. So, I have like all of her movies, basically, from the weird ones like Smile Pretty and what's this song called? It's one her she's in like a bar. The First Time. I'm looking at some of the ones over here. So I saw she was in this. She has a small role, nothing big, and it looked like a Hills Have Eyes type of movie. And it just came out, and it said it's called Desert Fiends. So I was like, oh, cool. Scouts in this. It's got she's on the back too, so you can see her right there. I was like, Scouts on here, Hills Have Eyes type movie. I'll check this out. This was directed and written by Cool Duder, aka Sean Phillips. I was like watching the beginning, and I was like, written and directed by Sean Phillips and Ethan Phillips. I was like, what the heck? Because I mean, I know he does movies, but I've actually never seen any of them. I've seen ones that he had been in. Like, I have Ghost Shark and shit here. I've seen ones that he's acted in back in the day, but I've never seen any of the ones he wrote. So Tom Arnold is in this, yes. So I bought this, and I'm gonna say this. It had potential. I thought that the gore was good. I thought that these mutants were cool. I thought it was shot pretty good. I think the acting was terrible. It's too, and again, it could be on purpose. It was very too hokey for me. Like, it's strange. It felt very trauma-like with the comedy elements to it, like to a point where it was annoying. Like, there was some characters in this that were just acting a certain way, and I'm like, nobody acts this way. So it was almost like they tried too hard to be funny, where I feel like there was something here that could have worked if they took it a little more serious. And then there was like a lot of scenes that had to do with like sex and stuff like that, but I feel like I feel like it was so far out there that like maybe the person who wrote it doesn't really have experience in that department. No offense to Sean. But I felt like there was something here that could have worked. But yeah, I was shocked when I bought this because I bought it for Scout, and I realized that Sean did it, and it looked great. I mean, it was shot on set. I mean, it was shot on location. The gore was actually really good. Would I recommend it though? I can't. I can't recommend it. But again, that's the only Sean C. Phillips movie I've ever seen. I haven't seen any of his other ones. But yeah, the acting though, it was just a little too over the top. Like, what's that chick's name that's in this? And I'm like, she annoyed the shit out of me. What is her name? Who am I thinking of? I don't remember now. Shit. Oh, it's the Asian lady there. What's her name? She's always at conventions and shit. I don't know. You guys would probably say it. She was mad annoying though. I can't see on the back. It's too dark in here. Um, but yeah, she was annoying. But no, Tom Arnold is it have potential, aka she's got a great person. Yeah, dude, this chick, Bai Ling, dude. What terrible, terrible. Like, dude, that's what it felt like for real. It felt it felt like bag of sand. What? House says Desert Fiend's nice. I get his voiceover line from the Indigo. Really? It is very trauma like. It is. That's funny. Wow. What up, Brian Goes Blue and Coco too? Go check out Brian Goes Blue Ski over there. It's not EO Sky. Brian Goes Blue, dude. Every time I see a picture of you, Brian, it blows my freaking mind, man. Why aren't you like a bouncer or something? Or like, why aren't you like a celebrity security guard? Can I ask you this? You're missing opportunities here, buddy. Oh, he's got a sequel. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, like I said, there's a possibility here. I just think it didn't need with the over the top trauma comedy. Um, I have not seen anything with the. I've seen clips of the toxic stuff, but I haven't seen a trailer. I'm excited to see it though. I purposely didn't watch a trailer because I don't want to be spoiled. But some of the images I saw, like some look cool and some look terrible. So I don't know where I stand on this yet, but I will definitely watch it. I did get these House of Clocks movies in. I haven't had a chance to look at these from Cauldron. Cauldron sent them over. I will check them. I will check them. All right, now the last order of business. Again, priority one right now is I got to do this. I got to do this. That's priority one. The Beyond, I'm working on getting through the Beyond stuff because I'm going to be doing a video with Dead Pit about that. So those are my big two priorities now is getting those done. But I'm trying to watch the features and stuff too. So it takes a long time based on the availability that I don't have. I don't know, man. I'm surprised when you go to conventions, people don't ask you. Yeah, dude, you could. You could. By the way, I had an Evil Dead Book of the Dead listed on eBay near mint right after your video went up and so many views. So heck yeah, I'm glad I can get this. And that's what I like about these is like it's good and bad. I make sure to go and buy the things I'm going to talk about first before I talk about them, and then more people grab because it's true. It really happens. You talk about stuff when people talk about certain things that I don't have, and I watch a video and I'm like, damn it, I want that now. I don't care if it's old or new or whatever. I get the FOMO. So if I can do a video and get people's attention on some of these old editions, they definitely, it's good to see people are out there buying them. Brian can be my bouncer. But okay, here's a story. So, and I apologize. I was tipped off by a couple people about a store. I'm trying to think of everybody's name. My friend Adam told me, and another. I apologize, man. Somebody else who watches the show saw me at a store in town and came up to me and approached me and says, I love the channel, man. And we got to talking and he told me about a store that's in my state further south. That's like an underground physical media store. And I was like, what? I've never heard about this before. It's called Music Magic. And I finally had some time to take a trip up there and just kind of see what it's about. Now, man, this is weird. So I find it. There's like a little sign that says, Music Magic on the back of this building. It's like a big mill building. So I went around back and then it was like a staircase on the outside of the building. It had an arrow, Music Magic up here. I go in, I'm inside like a big mill with all these different like doors. So I'm walking around this huge mill and like each door is like a different business. And I'm like, what is this? Like this place is buried in the middle of nowhere. So I'm walking around this building and there's little signs, and finally I see a sign that says Music Magic. So I was like, oh God, what is this going to be? And I opened the door, dude, and like I filmed in there. They let me film, and I'll put it up on my Instagram this week. but it was this huge room full from ceiling to floor of movies, CDs, vinyl. I mean, it was insane. It was insane. It was something that I feel like I would have hung around in like the 90s or early 2000s. Now, granted, they didn't have like any 4Ks. They had a Blu-ray section, but it was very small. But it was mostly DVDs and CDs and vinyls. That's what it mostly was. And I guess this guy acquires collections and resells them. And it was pretty impressive to see how much shit this guy had. And everything was like $1 unless otherwise, priced out different. It was sick. So, I mean, I spent quite a bit of time in there. Unfortunately, my DVD collection is so huge that there wasn't a ton in there I needed, but I was hoping to find like some Anchor Bay titles that maybe I didn't have. I didn't, but I can showcase some of the stuff I got. I didn't get a ton, but some of the stuff I got is a little bit gnarly. Now, I'm always looking for weird, obscure stuff. Well, don't look up Georgia Romero. You got to look up George Romero. I don't know, man. Go through. I don't know. It's got to be on there somewhere. If you're Night 90, if you're on Instagram, message me and I'll send you the link. All right. So the first one I picked up, I had this in my collection. Now, I had this in my collection. This was the first time I had this movie in my collection. And since the movie came out, since then, I sold this edition because I was like, this is so stupid. I don't want this edition of my collection. This is a cooler edition coming out. But I saw this, and out of FOMO and nostalgia, I was like, shit, I'm going to put it back in the collection because it's so freaking odd. Is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 MGM Dennis Hopper cover. I bought this at Suncoast Video as a kid, well, in the early 2000s. And this was the only way I saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 for a long time. Until it came out with better editions, and I tossed this one because I was like, this cover's so shitty compared to the other ones. But man, does this bring back memories for anybody? Does this bring back nostalgia for anybody? Speaking of that, I'm going to be doing a show at Dead Pit about these MGM horror movies because they had so many cool editions out there. Remember this Hopper cover? Like, I literally had to pick this up because I was like, this is like a physical media. I don't know. Like, this means something to me in horror physical media, this freaking stupid ass cover. So I had to buy it again. It was cheap. Put it back in the collection. Because I'm really big right now on going back and finding these cool, wild, weird editions that I either had and sold, couldn't find, or couldn't afford. So now that I have more accessibility to get these things, I want to start rounding out some of my horror collection with some of these cool old school releases. And that's why the Breakfast Club cover is the best. There was so many better covers, and that's why this thing was gone as soon as I got a better edition. Brian says, move over, Leatherface. Here comes Hopper. Hell yeah. And they did. There was widescreen on one side, full screen on the other. Now, Dead Pit posted this movie a long time ago. They thought it was hilarious. They had it for $1. Cruel Peter. Does anybody have Cruel Peter in their collection? Well, I do now. So I added Cruel Peter to the collection. See, I like these like weird out of the box horror movies. I will say this though, for $1, when I did my favorite werewolf movies of all time, this one kept coming up asking me if I'd ever seen it, and I said no. So I saw this, and I don't know if it has a Blu-ray. I have no idea. But it's got Richard Tyson in it. Big Bad Wolf. Can anybody tell me anything about this? This kept coming up on my list of like movies I should check out if I hadn't seen it. I haven't seen it. Oh, Cruel Peter looks definitely like a Dollar Tree title. Is anybody know anything about Big Bad Wolf? Is this a good movie? Decent? This is a bloody great time. This ain't your granddaddy's Wolf, man. But I love Richard Tyson, so I'm kind of excited for this one. Because it did get brought up a lot in my werewolf video I did. Speaking of Dollar Tree, what do you guys know about Machete Joe? You know anything about Machete Joe? Unrated? Unrated Machete Joe. I never saw this. But I thought it was something I needed to check out. Maybe this will be on my Halloween watch list this year. Machete Joe. This one I remember seeing on the shelves in the 2000s. I never owned it. What's up, Smirk? And it was just so stupid back in the day that I didn't buy it because I'm like, this is going to be garbage. But it was $1, and I was like, it might be fun. Does anybody know anything about caw? No? Anybody know anything? Sean Patrick Flannery, dude. Caw. No? Anybody have this? Look at that, dude. How sick. Killer Crows. Oh, this is going to be bomb, dude. What up, Suns and Shadows? All right. Now, the last thing was this little collection that I saw. When I was checking out, I was talking to the guy, and I told him I was a big horror fan, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, we just got some horror stuff in. I haven't put it on the shelf yet. So I was like, all right. So I was checking it out. This is some of the weirdest shit I've ever seen. I've never seen this or heard of this line. It's probably like softcore porn, to be honest. But I had to get it because I'm like, I don't know anything about these things. And I haven't even looked them up on eBay or anything to find out if they're worth anything. What? Tell me if anybody knows anything about this. Look at this. What is this, dude? Green cases, killing spree. Look at this chick on it. Killing spree. I will dance on your grave. Cannibal hookers. Look at that. Savage vengeance. And all these crazy cases. Look at this. Lethal victims. It says horror on the side, dude. What do you mean? It says horror. Look at it. So I had to snag these because I'm like, I don't know what this is. And this might be Justin's Christmas present this year. So he probably isn't watching this. So this might be Justin's Christmas present. I got to see if these things are worth anything. I've never heard of this. Never seen these in my life. But yeah, it would be I don't know. This is a thing. This is a thing, guys. No Girls Gone Wild, no. But yeah, I don't know anything about this. This came out in 2000, it says. These came out in 2000. Shit was different back then. But yeah, I got to look these things up and find out what the deal is with these things. And maybe I'll send these to Justin for Christmas as a little gifty. But guys, I've been on here an hour 20. What? Caw is a Birds remake. Really? I'm excited now. Thanks, Iron Rooster. Oh, they're going to dance all night on my grave. Oh, yeah. But guys, thank you all for checking this out and hanging with me tonight. Hit that like button before you leave to support the show, support the channel. Go back and check out some other videos. I posted quite a bit of videos over the last 2 weeks. Definitely go check those out if you haven't. Thank you for everybody who's been hanging with me tonight. It's late. Thank you for everybody who is the first time coming in and commenting. Love, love, love talking to some new people on here. Love, love, love everybody who still comes and checks this out. This is Garrett at Born to be Rad. And like always, stay